If you're talking to someone, so you have a good conversation going, do you do a different invitation if you're calling a good friend on the phone and inviting them than you would do if you just bump into someone, or are they kind of the same?
They're kind of the same. Really, I'm gonna find out if there's a level of interest. So, for example, on the way here, I ran into a woman at the airport, and she was working behind the counter, and she looked really bored because nobody was there. It was uninspiring, and I just had a little conversation. I said, "So how's your day going?" She said, "Really slow." I said, "So how's your job? Do you enjoy doing this?" She said, "No, I'd rather be doing something else." So those two questions were just really to establish a relationship, but also to find out, is she interested? And she clearly was. So I said, "Well, look, this may not be for you, and that's okay with me, but I've got something that I think you might want to take a look at, because it can actually show you a way to make another income while you're doing this that might be able to help you become financially free. Do you have any interest in that?" And she said, "Yeah, I do." So I got her email address and her phone number and her name. And because I was traveling to the airport, I didn't have any samples. I would have loved to have sampled her on the spot and say, "Okay, great. So here's some samples of the products we use in our business. Now, these are like gold to me, but I'm willing to give you some just for you to try the product for taste, really. And I'd love to give you information and follow up with you in a couple of days so that you can tell me if this is for you. And if it is, great, we'll explore it some more. And if not, that's perfectly all right. Does that work?" And she said, "Yeah." So I didn't give her the samples because I didn't have any, but I set the appointment. And so here we are. She's going to look at information, and we're going to see if she wants to go further.
Well, I really love how unattached you are. You're offering something to people, but it seems like you're not going to get sad or upset if they say no. You were talking on our call the other night about your posture.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about the posture you like to have when you're inviting people?
Absolutely. Well, I know that this business is worth more than its weight in gold. This business can allow any of us to become financially free, time-free, location-free, and do work that makes a difference in the world. Now, that's a lot. So when I'm holding this, I'm holding it like a precious gift. I'm not just going to squander it, and I'm not going to beg people to take a look at it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be a little bit reserved about who I'm willing to share this with. I'm actually going to, make sure that this is right for them. I don't want to cheapen it by offering it, just, pushing it on people, because I don't hold it that way at all. I hold it as a privilege for somebody to come in, to do this, and actually to get the coaching and training that they're going to get, which is worth tens of thousands of dollars, just as part of buying their product. There's no charge for any of that. So, clearly when somebody comes in, I make an investment into them. I make a commitment to them. And I'm not interested in getting a lot of people in that are time wasters, or I've got to drag them in, or they're not in a great place to do this. I'm willing to work with anybody who has a sincere desire and they're willing to work, but I'm not interested in getting people in that aren't committed, because it's my time I'll end up wasting as well as theirs. So that posture is important.